It's a cruel, cruel summer.
Alrighty guys, Kentucky and Ole Miss tonight. Very interesting game coming up tonight, no doubt about it, people. So before we look ahead to tonight's game, which takes place tonight at 9 p.m., I think that's a great time for a big game like this. Huge game for Kentucky. Huge. And for LSU. So, let's look at the Ole Miss game before we talk about all the things that happened this weekend. Kentucky, the greatest college basketball program of all time, of course. Let's talk about the Ole Miss game. Kentucky's now 20-5. They sleptwalked through the game. As expected, Kentucky played down to the competition, as they do. When they know big games coming up, you know, it's just how it is. 16-7 for Richards, 2-8 for Montgomery, 17 points quickly. Maxey 14, Hagens 6, Juzang 5, Sestina 5, Brooks 2 and 6. Kentucky struggled the whole game, trailed a lot of the game. Just another one of those games where you're like, well, I just feel like Kentucky has a hard time getting up for these, I don't want to say it to be mean, but for the weak teams. We saw it with Evansville, of course, Utah. And that is a good thing in a way, people, because I believe, you know, when March comes around and when these big games like LSU comes up tomorrow or tonight, I believe the team's just going to be ready to play. They seem like a team that waits for the big competition before they play their best. It just seems like the pattern this year. So Kentucky takes care of Ole Miss, and what happened over the weekend, people, was very interesting. LSU and Auburn both lost. They both lost their games, and now Kentucky sits alone as a top team in the SEC. How about that? Ole Miss lost to Alabama, and I forgot who Auburn lost to. But how about that, people? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So that's great news, I guess, of course, for Kentucky. And that actually gives us, considering we might, if we lose the game against LSU tonight, we can still, I'm very confident in saying that we'll still win the SEC. We will beat Auburn when we play Auburn. Okay, that will happen. I already got that checked down as a win. Kentucky 10-2 in conference, Auburn, LSU 9-3, and South Carolina and Florida are quietly 8-4. You cannot forget those two teams right there. So, overall, people, we'll see what happens tonight against LSU. You know, LSU 18-7, people. They've lost 7 games. Let's not forget that. 7 losses for LSU. So, but of course, in the SEC, they're right there at 9-3. So it's going to be starting to rain, people, again. So tonight it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. This is going to be one of those stressful games for the Kentucky Wildcat fans. This is a true road game for Kentucky. You know, they're not going to be many Kentucky fans there. Maybe we might see maybe 100 Kentucky fans, maybe not even that many. It's going to be a wild atmosphere. LSU, great home crowd, especially tonight, because they know if they can win this game, you know, they beat Kentucky. So, and I guess they would be, I guess they'd be tops in the SEC. They'd be right there, be 3 teams tied. So, and the good thing about it is, like I said, people, Kentucky seems to get up for these big games like this. So LSU. Kentucky also moved up to number 10 this week. I forgot to mention that. We're also ranked number 10 this week, people. And that's another great accomplishment for Kentucky. Back in the top 10. And a win against LSU, I think it's a must-win for us, really. I know we can lose and still win the SEC, but we're not about just winning the SEC. You know, that's nice, as I say in past videos. It's okay to win the SEC, but it's more of just winning to get a great seed in the NCAA tournament. March is almost here, people. It's almost here. We're what? What's today? Today is the 18th, people. 18th. It's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. March Madness is coming. And just got to keep winning. If we keep going the way we are, people, I don't like to say that, but if we can win out, a 2 seed is what we're looking at. And that would be awesome to have a 2 seed. Maybe even a 1 seed, you never know, but a 2 seed, 2 or 3. Right now we're a 3 seed, but I want to be, a 2 seed would be fine, but you know, it's just so many things can go wrong right now, you know. So let's look at the top 25 people and have a look and see what shook up this week. Of course, Louisville lost 2 games in a row this week, people. How about that? The Tards lost 2 in a row. They finally came back down to earth. Let's see. So that happened. No surprise, though. It's no surprise to me. Man, it's hard to, let's see, where's the rankings at? There we go. See what we got here, people. Baylor, of course, is 1. Gonzaga's 2. Kansas right there at 3. They might be the best team in the country. Baylor might be, people. It might be the team you can actually look at and say they probably are the best. San Diego State University continues their trend of 26-0, number 4. Dayton 5, Duke 6, Maryland 7. Florida State 8, Penn State 9, Kentucky 10. Louisville falls to number 11 with 2 losses. Thought they would drop more than that, but they're still right there. So, still a good team, Louisville is. Villanova 12, Auburn 13. They fell 2 spots. Oregon 14, Creighton 20, Seton Hall 16, West Virginia 17, Colorado 18, Marquette 19, Iowa 20, Butler 21, Houston 22, BYU 21, Arizona 24, Ohio State with 8 losses checks in at 25. So, there we have it. Texas Tech was receiving votes at 26. So there we have it, people. I picked Kentucky tonight to beat LSU in what's going to be a crazy game. I think it's going to be just a hard-fought battle all the way through. I'll pick Kentucky to win, though. 87. 84. I hope we blow them out, but I think it's going to be a close game. I really do. So that's pretty much it, people. We'll see how it goes for the Kentucky Wildcats tonight. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. It's going to be an absolutely spectacular atmosphere tonight. Boy, you talk about, man, it's going to be wild. It's going to be just as wild, if not more wild, than that Texas Tech game. It's going to be a good one. So we're looking forward to it, people. Even though, you know, it's a hostile environment and all this, I look forward to games like this because you really see what your team is made of. You really do. So, I'm going to say tonight, Maxey will lead the team in scoring. And Richards will be right there. Kentucky will pull it out late. I hope we blow them out. But I think Kentucky will be pull it out late, hopefully. Another close win. And Kentucky will move on from here and we'll go from there. So that's pretty much it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Go Big Blue. We'll see you guys next time. Toodles!